A local sheriff being accused tonight of holding his county hostage to the tune of nearly $1 million.
Caldwell County Sheriff Daniel Law says he will not house federal inmates at the jail if he has underqualified staff. He says this is about safety, but the county judge thinks it's a ploy to get jailer pay raises. Chris Sadeghi spoke with both sides and has more from Lockhart.
Around 60 inmates facing federal prison time are kept at the Caldwell County Jail, and the federal government pays for them to be there.
I want to keep them.
But even though he wants them, Sheriff Daniel Law rocked the county's budget process when he said the inmates may have to go.
My goal is not personal. It's for the citizens.
Those federal inmates are worth nearly $1 million, and here in Caldwell County, that's a significant part of the budget, but the sheriff says safety is more important than money. Sheriff Law says the jail has been losing jailers who went on to bigger paychecks in other counties. And the issue arose when commissioners had to cut an expected pay raise for county employees out of next year's budget. County Judge Tom Bond implemented the 5-tier pay raise plan, but with a hitch.
They also had a caveat. If the money was not there in the budget to support it, we couldn't do it.
Now in the third of those 5 tiers, the raises had to be cut back, and it may cost the county even more.
If I have to replace 50% of my staff back there in that jail with people out of high school, I'm not keeping maximum security prisoners that will get somebody hurt.
At the last minute, he wants to hold us hostage. That's not right.
But Law says he's protecting his employees and citizens. Bond isn't buying it.
I think it's pretty small of him to act that way. And I'm really disappointed in him as an elected official.
And Judge Bond said he was frustrated the sheriff did not take part in the budget process. The county budget was adopted last night. It does include $1,000 pay raises across the board for jailers, but that's not the raise that the sheriff was expecting.
Interesting. So, Chris, what happens next?
Well, you heard the sheriff there. He said he'll try everything to keep the federal inmates, but you also heard what he said about safety. If the inmates are moved out, the county judge says that they will cut the raises along with those additional 3 new bailiffs for next year, and that there will possibly be even more layoffs.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. We appreciate your report. To give you some perspective now, the federal government contracts with counties all the time to house federal inmates. We checked with the Texas Commission on Jail Standards, which oversees local jails and prisons. As of August 1st, there were close to 4,000 federal inmates in county jails. That only includes inmates the federal government fully pays counties to lock up. And with the 5,200 federal immigrant detainers in local jails, counties can get some money to house people in the country illegally. However, that program does not pay enough to cover the costs. It is important to remember a sheriff does have some leeway when it comes to accepting inmates. Texas local government code allows a sheriff or jailer to receive federal prisoners unless the sheriff, quote, determines that receipt of the prisoner may violate a state or federal court order, a statute, or some other state rule.
In recent months, some sheriffs in other states like Colorado and California closed their doors to federal immigration. According to the Denver Post, that decision was based on the politics of immigration policy and finances, but mostly legal concerns. Several court rulings suggest sheriffs could be held liable if they hold someone without a warrant, while the feds check the immigration status.